Hi everybody, and welcome back to the next part of doing the Christmas layout. What we have to do now is actually provide the ground cover for the snow to sit on, because I want it to look a bit natural. So I have here some Jarvis Engage flexible walling, which will just go around the edge to hide the top of this board, which is just going to be painted white for the Christmas tree to set on this version. I have another board ready cut that will have scenery for when we don't have the Christmas tree up. I have some fine turf soil, which is what we're going to put on next, and some 2mm scatters static grass, just to add a bit of texture on top of the soil for the snow to sit on. So today's video is going to be about gluing down fine turf and the static grass, and for that I'm going to try this woodland scenic cement. Not used this stuff really before, so we'll just give it a go. I normally use just PVA like everybody else, but we'll see if it's any different. So I'm going to bring you closer to the front of the layout, and we'll get some turf on. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some more masking tape, like I have done here, to put around the rest of the framework, just to protect the paint, because we don't want too much stuff on the paint, as that would become untidy. Then we'd have to redo that as well. Got some nice big cheap masking tape, nothing special, and we'll just stick it on the edge. So we're going to concentrate an area at a time. So we're going to move the trees out of the way. We're going to get the fine turf. I'm going to decant it into a little container, because it's going to be fun to try and sprinkle this. Then using just a soft paintbrush, we're going to brush on the scenic cement and sprinkle on the scatter. The container I'm going to use for this is a toothpick container, because it's got multiple holes there to help with the spreading around. So I'm just going to decant into here, and we'll see if this works. I've not actually tried this. This was just something I just found, turfed out all the toothpicks, and we'll go for it. So fingers crossed this is actually going to work. So we're just going to liberally brush on a load of this scenic cement. We can spray on over the top as well, but this is just to give it something to stick on. See how this works. Oh, that's okay, perfect. Definitely works better tapping. and that also helps make the rock stand out. What I'm going to do is spray some adhesive and stuff on there, but to protect the track I'm just going to run some masking tape around on the track, just roughly, just to give a little bit of protection from overspray. Doesn't have to be too accurate. I'm not going to be spraying glue, I'm just spraying some glass cleaner. Index. So that's protected. So I'm just going to wet the area with the Windex to break the surface tension. Nothing exciting. Now, a lot of people use water mixes and things, but I'm just going to take that down and now find my pipette and dribble over the scenic cement, and as you can see it runs beautifully with the wind. And the advantage of the Windex over water is it evaporates off a lot quicker and assists with the drying process. What I can even do, I was a bit shy, I can then sprinkle on some more up the edge of the road here. Simple as that. So I'm now going to continue on the rest of the layout and build it all up so it looks like this, all rather grey and brown and quite boring really. And then we'll have the static grass. So back in a bit. We're now down to this last little bit, but what I've noticed is how well this stuff, scenic cement, flows. And you'll see that on this piece here I haven't even covered the track because I'm not spraying anything. So I'll just get this ground cover on and I will show you how well this stuff actually flows without moistening the surface first to break the surface tension. So there we go, we've got a bit on the ground. We'll add some of our scatter, this fine turf, and this toothpick box works very well as a nice little shaker. So as you can see we've got a nice little covering on there. I'm not going to treat it with any liquid before applying more scenic cement, and if you just watch how well this stuff flows through the material without adding anything first. Just flows rather lovely. So yeah, I actually like this scenic cement. I'm going to rate it as a good product. I'll just scatter a little bit more on top, and this is again the base for the static grass, which will be the next part once this is all dried off. So we'll give this a little time to dry, and then we'll come back and start with the static grass after I vacuum off all the loose. Now that this is all dried, we have a nice even, well, rough coverage all over. This will help the scenic cement stay where I want it and also provide a good anchor point for some of the static grass. I now have my static grass applicator, so I'm going to mix up some different colours of the static grass. I've got the woodland scenics medium green and the straw. So what I'm going to do is blend it together so the greener areas will be on the ground, the more straw colours around the edges of the rocks. So I'm going to mix them up in a pot and put some cement on and give it a go. Ready to go. So for this we're going to go around the rocks, a bit down the side of the road here, around these rocks, into the road stuff. And there's the first bit. And now we can vacuum that up and continue around the other side of the layout at the back. And now I've added a bit more green into the static grass box, we can go and do some more in the flatter areas. So as you can see, we've got different colour greens in different patches now, and we'll just continue adding more green to the next layer and filling in the gaps in between as well. And then hopefully we should have a nice realistic variation to the grass cover. I'll finish off and come back to you when we're all done and dusted. And there we have it. So what we'll do is we'll remove the masking tape and voila! Well, there we have it. We have the static grass applied, varying tones, lighter colours on the rocks and around the rocks where the soil will be less good for growing stuff on. So I shall now leave this video here, and the next video we'll do it where we are going to start applying the snow cover on the ground after we've worked out where we're going to plant all the trees. So we'll see you next time. Enjoy your modelling. Catch you later. Bye for now.